I'm the founder and CEO of Excy, and we have some pretty exciting news today that I wanted to share. We have the introduction of the Hang On Bar, and I'm going to show you how to use it, how to set it up, what it does, and all that kind of fun stuff. But here's my contact information. If you need it, drop me an email anytime. And what this really does, it looks so simple. It really is simple. In fact, everything that we do at Excy, we try to make it as simple as possible. Right? The whole goal is to eliminate barriers of exercise, which is more important now than ever. And I get tired of hearing that, saying like the new normal, more important now than ever, but exercise, right? And taking care of ourselves. So this bar, let's talk about what it does. What it does is it opens up a lot of opportunities to crank up the intensity of the floor exercises that we have. And let me just, so I got my Excy, keeper is attached, and I'm just going to show you how I would do this pre-hang on bar, because you can put Excy to use in wonderful ways without it, right? So here I am, I'm lying down on the keeper. That's what prevents Excy from scooting, right? Once we figured that piece out, we could really change up the resistance capabilities and make them pretty intense. So that's a lot of resistance. I'll turn it down, right? So here, same thing I can do. I can lay down on my back, really push my core into, the floor, get a great core workout, work out my legs at the same time. I'm gonna move this over here, okay? Right, forwards and backwards, right? But what happens, okay, so let's show you that. Then I can take my pelvis and tilt it up a little bit, still pedal, okay? I'm working my core here, I'm working my legs, and then I can scoot down and get in full bridge position, right? Really working on the glutes, legs, core, everything. So I can do all of this with Excy without the bar. And now let's show you kind of with the bar. So real quick, how we came up with this is a lot of times if I wanted to push harder, so like this amount of resistance, about as much as I could take with it this high, I would grab my keeper, okay, and hold on to the keeper to start putting more force into it, right? Making it a little easier. Okay, but still getting a lot of force in my legs. But what happens is Excy doesn't scoot away from you, right? Because it stays on the keeper. But what it does is your body starts to wiggle up as you get more resistance. And so then you can only get to a certain, you get to a peak of being able to use that resistance pretty quickly, okay? I mean, you can hammer it pretty hard, do lots of things as you can see, but there are, some limitations. And I'm at home, I think a lot of us are at home more. This is a living room. This is where I use Excy, so I wanted to show you that, how I kind of put it to good use. So you take, your bar, okay? Call it the hang on bar because you're going to hang on, right? There's 3 poles. One goes underneath, okay? And you're going to space them out to where you're centered, okay? One comes on the top, okay? And then I'm going to roll it twice. Okay, I'm going to roll it. Sorry, let's get that. Roll once, roll twice, and then if you want to get even closer, you can roll it again. But 2 times is generally a pretty good way to go. Okay, so then I'm going to take the handle, put it on, pretty easy and straightforward. I mean, honestly, it's like, all right, push them together. So now let's show you what that does. It really changes the intensity that you can use Excy. This lying down position has become one of our most critical positions. There's really there's 3 core positions: sitting in a chair, pedaling with your legs, pedaling with your arms, right, and then lying down. So here, what I'm going to do this time is I'm going to hold onto the bar, same positions I showed you before, right? And this time I'm going to take my back really push it kind of into the ground, right, into the floor. And that simple process of being able to hold on to something and push your core down, it makes it where you can really focus on it in a much more kind of mindful way, all right? So I'm pedaling here, right? And I don't know if you can see, like I can already pedal more smooth, okay, because I'm not going anywhere. My body's not going up, okay, so I'm holding on. Then I can take my pelvis, tilt it up just a little bit, same idea, okay, but I'm going to hold on right? That's why we call it the hang on bar, because you're hanging on, okay? And then I'm gonna go forward. And then I can increase the intensity even more by coming up, okay? Holding onto the bar and then pedaling. So I had to keep the doggies, they have to be in here because they haven't been outside. There's so much smoke here in the Pacific Northwest, all over the West Coast. So we've all been indoors more, right? So here, I'm holding it up, okay? And then forward. And you can go as intense as you want. Now, I want to show you a couple things. So right now, I have the slide open. And you can do this with our 240 model that doesn't have the slide, okay? And that slide is just makes it a little shorter. So let's say, right, that I really want to turn up the resistance a lot, like really a lot. This is something that you cannot do, right, without the bar. And if you have an Excy, you know that every little turn is a lot of pounds, right? Every little turn is about 2 pounds. And you keep going, you know, get it as high as you want, okay, up to 70 pounds. That's going to be a lot of resistance. Like, there's no way. I can't even, I'll show you. I don't even know if I can move this with my hands. Let's try. I can go forward a little bit. Right? Tiny bit. It's a lot of resistance. So, we talk about this being like a squat, okay? And I think that this is super important right now, where we can't, you know, aren't as comfortable maybe getting to the gym or can't go to a gym. Maybe we have an underlying health condition, you know, something going on where you still want to get that weight training, right? And you don't want to have a bunch of weights in your house. So this is like, when we talk about using Excy, okay, like a squat, I have so much resistance right here, okay? And I'm just really putting that, and I mean, that's a lot. Okay, so you big burly guys, you guys can do this too. Okay, forward. And like, I can't even do a full rotation going forward. What I have found though, is if I come down even farther, let's see, no, that's too much resistance right there. But here, and really just put that power into Excy, okay? And then hanging onto the bar, and I'm just keeping my core straight, keeping my core engaged. And I'm not talking about the 6-pack, right? Which I don't have, and nor do I want to try to get, because that's too much work. I'm talking about your whole trunk. Getting your back flat. Okay, and you can do the same thing here, right? Back flat. Really holding that core with a lot of weight, okay? I mean, it's insane how much weight you can really put into it and kind of get that benefit of doing a squat. Woo! So now I'm hot and tired, and one time somebody told me, why do you really like show the resistance? Just like make it easy. No. We do things real, we make it hard. Like that's so much resistance in there. I mean, so if you have always wanted to put more resistance into your Excy, you're gonna love the Hang On Bar. I've really become addicted to it, and I usually would find myself doing the exercises lying down maybe once a week, and so I've cranked that up where I'm doing like twice a week and doing this more than even sitting in a chair. So it's a lot of fun. Here's Russell, okay? If I shut them in a room, they're just gonna scratch on the door, and we can't put them outside right now because there's just too much smoke. It's really bad. It's like very unhealthy air, which is another, even indoors, I'm trying not to get my heart rate up a lot. I'm trying not to do a lot of cardio right now, but maybe some weight training so that I can at least fire my muscles. But so there you go. That is the Hang On Bar, and I'll show you. So you get it, you'll want to hook up, use all 6 holes, okay? Because again, you are putting so much force into Excy that it's super important that you actually use all the holes so that you can really crank. We call it cranking, and you got your spinning, your cranking, and your rotations back and forth, and it's also a lot of fun. But that's it. That is the Hang On Bar with the keeper, fully leveraging our patented approach
right, with just a nice little cherry on top. We also have these great new pedals that on one side there's a cushion for your hands, and then you can flip it over with your feet, and you can easily transition between hands and feet. So have fun, call me if you have any questions, easy setup, and it's a blast, and it's just super efficient and effective. All right, we'll see you another time. Thanks so much.